And thank you for everyone that registered. I'm Sandy Jones-Kaminski, and I'm going to play host today. And I have with me the lovely Nikki Rausch. Nikki?
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here.
So today we're going to talk about networking and how to stop dreading that vital marketing activity as part of our businesses. But first, I just wanted to give you some housekeeping. So the way this is going to work is we're going to be broadcasting. We have a view-only setup just because we wanted to eliminate as many variables for craziness as we could. And most of you are watching through a YouTube broadcast, which will become private as soon as we're done. If you have any questions throughout the broadcast, please email them to belladomain@gmail.com. And Maria, our webcast facilitator helper today, will be sending those along to us outside of the YouTube Hangout environment. So we're going to talk a little bit. We'll introduce ourselves briefly. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that because we know you've had plenty of opportunity to probably check out our websites and whatnot. And we're going to just get right into it. And I'll start to cover my portion of this. Then Nikki's going to talk about the name game. And then we're going to share some other information and tell you about next week's session. And then we'll do Q&A. And we'll jump right into it. So again, Sandy Jones-Kaminski. I am a consultant. I work with small business owners, entrepreneurs, and I help them figure out how to make the most of their connections in order to grow their businesses, create good social karma out there, and increase sales and, raise your brand visibility, all the things that you can do today through networking as well as on tools like LinkedIn and using personal branding. I just gave some talks out on the East Coast about personal branding and networking and using LinkedIn for that. So that's a little bit about me. More on my website if you're curious. But Nikki, I thought let's give it over to you.
Okay, thank you. So my company is Sales Maven, and the website is yoursalesmaven.com. It should be below me here somewhere in the tagline. And what I do, thank you, what I do is I work with business owners that want to get really clear on things like how to ask for a sale without feeling pushy or fearing that they're going to be rejected. And I bring my 20 years of sales experience combined with my 8 years as a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, combine those and teach communication skills and rapport skills and how to really transfer your contacts into long-term clients. So that's what I do.
Great, great. Thank you for going over that for us today. And I'm going to just get right into my slides. I have some slides set up in Keynote, so I'm going to do a slide share right now, and we're going to go right into those, and I'm going to talk about how you can attend networking events and not hate yourself in the morning. So bear with me while I get that going. Some of you can be observing how this tool is working and the crazy tiling that can occur when you're setting that up, and hopefully this is filling up your screen right now that we're seeing a slide with my picture at a networking event. Coincidentally, that photo was taken at a networking event I was with Maria, our webcast helper at in Washington, D.C. So what I wanted to do was just help people stop dreading networking because it's such an important part of marketing your business today and marketing yourself. And that's what networking really is. And it doesn't have to be overly pushy or aggressive, any of those things. The key is networking can be something that enables you to connect with all sorts of people that can help and support your business. And networking is something that contributes to your net worth in numerous ways because the more people you have in your network, there's a lot of people that believe that having a good-sized network is an indication of success. It means you have access to a lot of people, a lot of resources to get things done for your business, for your career, whatever it might be. And most people go to networking events hoping to share information, best practices for their industries, and to make those connections that really will change the future of your business. So you're going to see a few quotes on some of these slides. They're just more inspiration and things that people have said to support this idea. So one of the things I wanted to address first were some limiting beliefs that people have. And this is part of what makes us dread networking events or, hate ourselves the day after, because we feel like we're going to go out there and try and use people to achieve our own goals and to have our hand out, right? Which is something I don't recommend. That is not the way to approach networking, because the true definition of networking is that it's an exchange, right? You're going out there to exchange information, ideas, resources in the form of contacts, experiences you've had, and you're doing that for professional or social purposes. So it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert either, right? This is something that everyone can do once you get comfortable with asking the right questions, having good follow-up skills, and really making genuine connections. So anytime you're going out there to do any of these things, that's what networking is, and you can do it with honesty and consideration. And this is another quote I just loved about, giving connects two people, the giver and the receiver, and that connection gives birth to a new sense of belonging. Every time you help someone else with their business, you deepen your connection to them. And that makes for a solid foundation, and it's compounding every step of the way. So looking at networking as a way to just meet more connections and even deepen some of your relationships is key. And there's another limiting belief here that you have to be a born networker or a natural at networking. And this is absolutely not the case. I mean, anyone can become an effective networker by just developing the skills. And I liken this to learning leadership skills or social media skills or management skills, right? You can learn them. You just have to know what the processes are and what are the things that work and what things don't. And then it's all about, practice, practice, practice. And that's something that, almost everything requires. So let's talk about another thing that can make you dread things. Oops, sorry about that. Limiting belief, number 3. You have to have above average charisma to be a good networker. And again, this is all about being kind, authentic, and having a genuine interest in other people, right? When you're sincere and authentic, people sense that, they know that, and being good at networking means you have a presence that people respond to. And it's because you're learning about them. You're making an effort to learn about them. You're not making networking all about you, right? It's all about being curious and open to hearing what other people have to say, being open to answering questions people ask you about your business, and being available to those opportunities that can come your way as a result of being just a good listener. Some of the best networkers are introverts. They're not extroverts. They're people that listen well and are very comfortable being in that role and asking questions. And I always say this is where opportunities and introductions come from. It's from building that sort of trust with people and building that rapport. Those are the people who send you business because you've demonstrated a genuine interest in them and what they're doing. And that's one of the things that's key, is focusing on other people first. And that brings me to another of my favorite quotes from Dale Carnegie. And this idea that you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. This needs very little clarification. I mean, this is the point, is to go out there and show curiosity and interest in what other people are doing. What are they working on? Those are some of the questions that I recommend people ask when they're networking as a way to open conversations.